The hardest season of your life is not a punishment. It is not proof that God has forgotten you. And it is not a sign that you took the wrong road. Napoleon Hill spent 25 years studying the most successful people who ever lived, and he found something that almost nobody wants to hear. Every single one of them was prepared in the dark before they were blessed in the light. And the season you are in right now, the one that feels like silence, like delay, like loss, may be the most important season of your entire life. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you will never look at your dark season the same way again. There is a moment that comes for every person who wants more from life. The prayers feel unanswered. The work feels invisible. The door you were certain would open stays closed. And in that moment, almost everyone makes the same mistake. They read the silence as rejection. They say, maybe this was not meant for me. Maybe I asked for too much. Maybe God said no. But Hill discovered something different in the lives of the 500 people he studied. The silence was never a no. The silence was a workshop. Something was being built in them that could not be built any other way, and it could not be built in public. Think about how anything strong is actually made. Steel is forged in fire, nobody watches. Roots grow in soil, nobody sees. A child is formed in darkness for 9 months before it ever sees light. Nothing that lasts is built on a stage. It is built in the dark, in private, in the exact place you are standing right now. Hill wrote that every adversity, every failure, every heartbreak carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. Notice the word he chose, not the benefit itself, the seed. A seed is not a harvest. A seed has to go underground. It has to sit in darkness. And to anyone watching from the outside, a buried seed looks exactly like a dead one. That is your season. You are not buried, you are planted. And the difference between those two words is the difference between despair and faith. When Andrew Carnegie gave young Napoleon Hill the assignment of his life to study the greatest achievers of the age and find what they had in common, Hill expected to find talent, luck, connections, money. What he actually found shocked him. Nearly every man and woman he studied had passed through a season so dark that most people would have called it the end. Henry Ford went broke twice before the Ford Motor Company survived. Thomas Edison was told by his teachers that he was too stupid to learn anything. Abraham Lincoln lost election after election, buried the woman he loved, and fell into a darkness so deep his friends feared for his life. Every one of them stood exactly where you may be standing now. And here is what Hill realized. The dark season did not happen to them. It happened for them. It was not the obstacle on the way to their purpose. It was the preparation for it. Because here is the truth nobody tells you. If the blessing arrived today, right now, exactly as you have prayed for it, would you be able to carry it? Be honest. The business you want requires a discipline you may still be building. The relationship you want requires a wholeness you may still be healing into. The wealth you want requires a wisdom that only comes one way, through the dark. God does not withhold the blessing to hurt you. He withholds it until it will not destroy you. Promotion given to an unprepared person is not a gift. It is a trap, and heaven loves you too much to trap you. And in a few minutes, I am going to tell you the story of the one person Napoleon Hill applied this faith to directly, his own newborn son, on the worst day of Hill's life. What he did in that hospital room is the single greatest demonstration of faith I have ever encountered. Do not go anywhere. Now let us destroy a lie about faith, because this lie keeps millions of people stuck. Most people think faith is passive. Sit still. Hope hard. Wait for the sky to open. That is not faith. That is wishing, with religious language wrapped around it. Hill devoted an entire chapter of Think and Grow Rich to faith, and his definition will surprise you. He called faith a state of mind that can be created deliberately through instruction repeated to the mind over and over until the mind accepts it and begins to act on it. Read the lives of every person of great faith and you find the same pattern. They prayed like it depended on God, and they worked like it depended on them. Noah did not wait for the flood to believe in rain. He built the ark in the sunshine while his neighbors laughed. David did not wait until he felt like a king. He practiced with that sling for years in fields where the only audience was sheep. The dark season is not the waiting room. It is the training ground. What you do in the dark decides what you can hold in the light. So the question is never, when will God move? The question is, what is this season asking me to build? Skill, character, discipline, depth, forgiveness, the strength to hold weight without breaking. That is the curriculum of the dark. And no one graduates by sitting still. Hill put it this way: faith without action is not faith at all. It is fantasy. But action soaked in faith is the most unstoppable force on this earth. Now, the story I promised you. In 1912, Napoleon Hill stood in a hospital room and received the kind of news that breaks a father in half. His newborn son, Blair, had been born without ears. No ears, no opening, no hearing mechanism at all. The doctors were direct. The boy would be deaf for life. He would likely never speak. Some suggested the kindest thing was to accept it. And in that room, holding that child, Napoleon Hill made a decision that sounds almost unreasonable. He decided, in his own words, that his son would hear and speak. He wrote later that he made this decision in his heart before he had a single reason to believe it was possible. But here is what matters. Hill did not simply hope, he went to work. Every single day, he sat beside his son and planted one message into that boy's mind. You have an advantage. Your challenge is not a curse. It will become your greatest asset. Not once, not for a week, for years, day after day. The same message, delivered with total conviction. into a mind young enough to accept it without argument. Blair grew up believing he was not broken. He refused a sign language school. He refused to be separated. He pressed close to hear vibrations, and slowly, impossibly, he developed partial hearing. He learned to speak. He finished school. He went to university. And then, in his final year, a company developing a new hearing device sent him one of the first electrical hearing aids ever made. Blair put it on, and for the first time in his life, he heard the world clearly. He was so overwhelmed that he wrote to the company, and he ended up working with them, helping bring hearing to thousands of deaf people around the world. The very thing that was supposed to be his curse became his life's purpose. The seed of equivalent benefit, buried in the darkest possible soil, grew into a harvest that fed thousands. Hill said his son taught him more about faith than every millionaire he ever studied. Because faith is not believing when the evidence is good. Faith is planting the right message in the dark, every day, before there is any evidence at all. So what is your dark season actually building? Hill's research points to 3 things, and you need all 3 before the blessing can land. The first is capacity. A blessing is weight. More responsibility, more attention, more pressure, more people depending on you. The dark stretches you so the weight will not crush you. Every delay is quietly enlarging what you can carry. The second is character. Who you are in secret is who you truly are. The dark season is the only honest mirror you will ever get, because nobody is watching, and there is no applause to perform for. The discipline you keep when no one sees it becomes the foundation nothing can shake later. The third is certainty. Not confidence in your circumstances. Certainty in something deeper than circumstances. People who have never survived a dark season have opinions about faith. People who have walked through one have knowledge, and that knowledge shows up in your voice, in your calm, in the way you stop begging life for guarantees. It is the quiet authority that other people can feel but cannot explain. Capacity, character, certainty. That is what is being forged in you right now. This season is not stealing your time. It is making you. If this message found you at the right time, subscribe, because there is a new lesson here every week, and the next one may arrive exactly when you need it. Everything in this message comes from Think and Grow Rich, linked below. One warning before we close, because Hill saw this destroy more people than any enemy ever did. He told the story of a man named Darby who caught gold fever, staked a claim, and struck a real vein of gold. Then the vein disappeared. He drilled and drilled, found nothing, and finally quit. He sold his equipment to a junk man and went home. The junk man hired an engineer. The engineer studied the fault lines and found that the vein continued exactly 3 feet from where Darby had stopped drilling. 3 feet. The junk man took millions out of that mine. The most dangerous moment of your dark season is the moment right before dawn, because that is when it feels darkest, and that is when most people quit. They surrender 3 feet from gold. The delay you are cursing today may be the final 3 feet. And the only people who ever find out what was on the other side are the ones who keep drilling when every feeling tells them to stop. So, here is what I want you to take from this. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. And preparation is proof of a plan, because nobody prepares what they intend to discard. Tonight, do what Napoleon Hill did in that hospital room. Make the decision before the evidence arrives. Say it plainly. This season is building me. Every closed door is protection. Every delay is timing. Every silence is a workshop. And when the blessing comes, I will be strong enough to hold it, wise enough to keep it, and grateful enough to deserve it. Most people will never see their dark season this way. They will spend their lives resenting the very thing that was forming them. But you are still here, at the end of this message, and that tells me something about you. You are not most people. You are the kind of person who stays, who studies, who builds in the dark, without applause. Keep drilling. You may be 3 feet from gold,